Hey guys, it's me, Chicken. So today we are going to be doing fanfiction reading. So for more information about why my old one is discontinued, you just check out the description. I also have a link to the fanfiction that this was inspired by, which is Love Letters by Chatlote, I think it is. It's really good. I really like it. Yeah. So let's start. Dear Keith, this is my first letter, so don't hate. I like you. Like you, I guess. Oh, sorry. I like you. Like you. Like crush, I guess. It developed in the garrison. I have a crush on you, and I started the rivalry to hide it. Gosh darn it. Surprise. Lance had drawn a little version of himself with a party hat saying, surprise. If I give you this letter, I most likely won't. I hope you know that I'm happy to have fallen for you. Okay, I lied at the beginning of this letter. I really like you. Lies. I love you. I really love you. I'm in love with you. That'll do it justice. If you think it's cheesy, just wait for the next letter. Love, love, and love again, Lance. Lance had never planned on actually giving this letter to Keith. Nope, never. He's too embarrassed. What if Keith hates him? Damn these butterflies, Lance thought. Now he has to go to bed. Time skip to present day. Corinne walks into Lance's room to get him to help clean the sleeping pods. Again. Lance? Sorry. If my accents are, really bad, I'm sorry. Lance? Corinne asked, looking around Lance's room. He saw a letter sticking out of one of his dresser doors. He peeked his head out of the door to make sure no one was looking. Coast was clear. He closed the door. He opened the drawer and, "What?" he said under his breath. The drawer was filled with at least 50 letters. All of them had hearts and were addressed to Keith. He decided to help Lance. Maybe he was too scared to give the letters to Keith. What's the worst that could happen? End training sequence, Keith said, breathing heavily. The bot disappeared, and he started back for his room. When I get back, I'm going to take a shower and take a long-ass nap, Keith thought to himself. Keith went to throw his shirt he was just wearing onto his bed when he saw about 50 letters sitting there instead. He walked over and inspected the heap of letters. He picked one up. Keith the Samurai. Wait, is it? He was already ripping over the envelope. Lance was the only one that called him Keith and Samurai. Dear Keith, time for the usual telling of feelings. I love you. Shocker. Tonight at dinner, Paige was talking about space junk, and I said, "That's what's in my pants," and you spit your food goo everywhere. That was the hardest I think I've ever heard you laugh, or seen you laugh. Be still, my heart. You were, are super cute. You should laugh more, honestly. Laughing, cough, cough, anything looks good on you when you're not like, grr, I hate you, Lance. Every time I make you laugh, it's a triumph, like tonight. After I made you spit your food goo, you proceeded to take a spoonful of mine and whack all over my face. Then a food fight started. Remember? I don't think I've ever seen you that happy. I'm just laughing writing about it now. Thanks for a fun night, XX. Love, Lance, your favorite sharpshooter. Keith did not even realize he was smiling until he stopped reading. He remembered that night. That was easily the most funny he has ever had. Was his face warm? Meanwhile, you what? Lance yelled, disbelief trickling from his voice. I gave him the letters, Corinne repeated. He looked kind of guilty. Lance was already running to Keith's room. Lance, where are you going? Oh my god, that was bad. I'm sorry. Getting myself out of I can't read today. Getting myself out of a conversation I'm not ready for, he called back halfway down the hallway. Keith was halfway through the next letter when Lance barged in. Keith shoved the letter in his pocket along with about 3 more. Did you read any? Lance asked while frantically grabbing letters. No. He lied and Lance looked at him. Keith looked at the ground before regaining eye contact with Lance. Yes. K, is all Lance said before he rushed out. Keith felt a little guilty, but he continued the letter he was reading. It was about Lance going on and on about what they'll do when they get back to Earth. Most of the things were about how they would move in together. Keith felt heat go up his neck, to his ears, and finally rest on his face. He got out of his trance-like state and put the letters away and showered. Once dry, he got into bed and slept. Lance hid his letters in one of the shirts they stole from the space wall, not wanting Corinne to happen again. He drifted to sleep, Keith on his mind, those beautiful violet eyes. Breakfast was an experience. Lance was not making eye contact with Keith, and of course they sat across from each other. Eventually swords came up. Keith talked for the first time this morning. We all need to improve our sword fighting skills, Keith stated. Especially Lance, Allura announced, glancing at the Cuban boy. Lance looked at her and gave his best instant smile while batting his eyelashes. Allura rolled her eyes and Keith had to hold back giggles. He failed. He started giggling, and when he does, he snorts. Lance finds this adorable. He even dedicated a letter to it. Lance was blinded by the bright light. Keith. He stared in awe. Pidge seemed to catch on and made it obvious when she chuckled at Lance. Which in return gave her a glare. Within a few seconds, everyone was laughing. Lance had a loud laugh. The laugh that wasn't too loud, but it was loud enough to be contagious. By the time they were done, everyone was crying. Lance hoped the blush on his face was not evident, but damn Allura. Lance, are you okay? Allura asked, some concern in her voice. Lance looked over at her. You're red. Does that happen to humans when they laugh? She looked at the others to see if they were red. Shit. Yeah, I'm fine. Lance doubles on his words. Pidge was grinning at him, and Lance only got redder. This damn boy has gotten him in a mess. He definitely took the fall for him. So that's chapter 1. That is actually longer than I thought it was, but, oh, shoot. Oh, good God, oops. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I know I'm not the best writer in the world, but I actually really like writing the Lance letters because they're really cute. And, I'm not gonna include smut in them because I can't write smut. I can write somewhat smut because I did include some smut in chapter 2. It was a little smutty. But, yeah. So, if you enjoyed, I don't want to sound like one of those YouTubers. Comment, like, subscribe. So, just like if you want, subscribe if you want. I don't really care. This is just because I want to put my crap somewhere. I gotta shove it somewhere, so YouTube is the best place. So, yeah, thanks. You don't have to subscribe or anything. Just do whatever the frick you want. Have a happy Halloween, I guess. Bye, my crispy chicken tenders.